Hey guys, Rob with Next Gen Writer here. So today's video, I'm going to start talking about an app that I found. So I was in the Chiggy group, and a guy actually dropped a post, and he was having a little trouble with the app. It wasn't displaying the plus and minus for Zoom. It wasn't a Chiggy issue. It was definitely an app issue. But I thought I'd go ahead and install it just to check it out and kind of give him a point of reference to show that it worked okay on the Chiggy device, or let him know what I could figure out about the app. So I installed it, and come to find out, it's a pretty good app. Now it's kind of funny when the guy put the post in, he didn't even mention the name of the app. He just showed a screenshot. So I saw what the icon looked like, so I did a search for motorcycle navigation. It did not come up. So what I ended up doing was doing a image search on the app icon, and then I was able to find it. And it's called TourStart. I got it installed here on my iPhone, and it's a CarPlay Android Auto app companion to a web app. And we're going to jump on the computer here. I can't cover everything in one video. The app just does too much. So I'm going to kind of do an introduction, and then I'll do a video on route planning. I'll let you know the limitations that I see. A lot of times the guys that market this stuff don't necessarily want to highlight some of the negatives. Generally, every product that we buy, that we has some drawbacks. So we should know what they are. Doesn't mean necessarily it's a bad product, but we should know what the limitations are. So let's jump over on the computer, and I'm going to give you an introduction to TourStart. Okay, so here we go, TourStart. So real quick, there's companion mobile apps available on the App Store for iPhone and CarPlay, and then you can go to the Google Store, Google Play Store, and get TourStart for Android Auto. So this is the web app. The address is tourstart.org. You just go there, and you can browse there right now, and you can see a lot without signing up for any account or doing anything. I'm going to run through this kind of quick because there's just so much, and I don't want the video to be an hour long. But you'll have a menu on your left, and the tours are binned out, and kind of they have this dream tour category. So let me move over to Europe, so we have more data to look at. There's just not a lot of stuff here in the Philippines. So here is a dream tour. So we view that. And I think these are multi-day tours that are set up with longer routes and then overnight stays at maybe some accommodation. I don't know if these are premium tours that are being sold, but it's what they call dream tours. So we'll close that out. And then now I'll jump over to public tours. So these are all the tours that the user base has created and shared to the public. So there's just quite a few of them all across the world. We have them in the US, Europe, down in Africa, South America, and Asia. I'll zoom back into Europe. And I'll pick some at random maybe. Let's go down here. This one looks like it may have some pictures. So you'll see the route, and then the navigation on this web app, everything that you click will kind of present a window down here at the bottom that's going to have a view button. And you click the view button, and then it's going to zoom in on the route. A lot of times there's a gallery. There's only one picture associated with this one. Sometimes there's a handful of pictures, and it's kind of nice, so it gives you a sense of the scenery that you'll see along the route. Now here you have choices. Obviously you need to have an account established, but then you can save it. You can add it for download, and then you can add these routes to your own private tours. Let's go talk about that. So next would be the My Tours category. Now I'm not logged into an account. I'll jump over to my account, and then I'll show you My Tours. So I've been playing around with this and building some tours. Let's go over to the Philippines. So here, put in some stuff that I've written in the past. So I'll do another video on route building, but this is kind of the interface, and then your tours are going to be listed here. Now, when you're using the mobile apps, then you're going to be downloading the maps for your region, and it's not an issue at all as far as map resolution. So don't be worried about that when you see the maps resolving a bit slow. So we'll go back over here to the incognito window. Now the app has a friends function, so you can friend users on the app, and then you can choose to share things with your friends only. Now obviously I'm not logged in, so I don't have any friends and there's no tours to see there. Then we'll go over to places, and let's zoom out a little bit. And now we see a handful of places, not quite as many as the tours, but there's hotels, there's camping sites. And then again, same system, brings up the pop-up, then you can click view, and then you'll have more information here about the POI or the place. Next you have tracks. So the Android Auto and CarPlay apps have a track and go feature. You just open up the app and hit track and go, and it's going to start creating GPX tracks for your routes. I can't wait to try that. Very cool. So in your account, when you're logged in, if you have tracks, they would be visible here. So it prompts you to log in to see tracks. Next, there's clubs. So there's all clubs. Then there's the NAF motorcycle clubs. So these are, I'll pick one at random. Again, the same system. A lot of these are just going to be single member clubs. I think people trying to get this going. But you can browse around and see if there's a club in your area that you want to get in touch with and perhaps do some writing with. And then they also have this NAF motorcycle club. Now, I don't know anything about this organization, but these tend to be, I think, more of a network of writing clubs in Norway. So again, you can click on those, you can get a view, and then there's generally contact information and maybe some member pictures here. So if you're in Norway, then you might want to check that out. Next, you have biker bed. Okay, don't confuse this with the bunka biker thing if you're familiar with that. These are going to be more established accommodations. So I'll dive in and we'll just go pick one at random. Here's Hotel Bavaria. So you click on this. You're going to have website, contact information. There's amenities here that you can filter, not necessarily filter on, but that are identified that are going to be specific to, people, motorcycle touring guys. Do we have locked parking? Do we have some indoor parking? Can we get a bike wash there? Those sorts of things. Drying place for your gear. Do you make some breakfast in the morning? The things that, you key on as a writer, those filters or those amenities make perfect sense. So next is My Biker Bed. So if you're an account holder, then you can establish your own listing for an accommodation. And then we just have a members list. So I joined this morning. Looks like they had a couple of guys come in after me. The app got some visibility in the Chiggy group this morning. TourStart Pro. Okay, now one thing I'm going to mention this is so cool of these guys. They offer a 14-day trial. You set up your account, you verify your email address, and you're off and running with fully featured functionality for either CarPlay, Android Auto, whatever you choose, and the web app. I think it's for 14 days. No credit card required, no sign up. I appreciate that. I really like the idea of being able to drive this thing. I think 14 days is about the perfect sweet spot. It's enough time for you to figure out whether you like the app or not. And then if you want to carry on with it after that, it's a very reasonable 27 euros per year. I don't know what, I'm not up on the conversion. Maybe, what is that, 30 US dollars, something along there. So, between $2 and $3 a month. So very, very reasonable if you find value in the app. And then it looks like they also partner with clubs. So if you're involved in a club that has significant membership, then you can probably reach out to this guy and swing a deal, get your club highlighted on the application, and have it be available to your members through a club agreement with the developer. So I think that's pretty cool as well to kind of encourage that. Next, we have TourStart Academy. So this is, now I haven't watched any of these videos. I tend to evaluate an app based on how intuitive it is. Does everything have to be super intuitive? No, but the basics, yeah. I'm going to install the app and I should be able to figure out, how to create a route intuitively, how to get pictures uploaded, how to set up my profile. That doesn't mean I won't come back and get in the weeds and look at some of these videos on for details, and they offer all that, which is good. And I think this guy's name is Jan. I think he's out of Denmark, and he already popped in on the Chiggy group and offered support for the app. And he's definitely a motorcycle guy. So the videos are there. Lots of help available for this application suite. One thing that's kind of weird, when I close out of here, it okay, it worked that time. So earlier it was giving me a hard time, but there's some little quirks here and there, but nothing is a big deal. Everything's functional. They're just probably still making a few little refinements because the app does so much. You'll have links here to get to help, legal issues, because they're a European company. There's a lot of compliance they have there for disclosure, a little bit about TourStart, contact form. You got links to download your apps. There's a couple of Facebook groups, I think one based out of Denmark and then one in English, and then a YouTube channel. So that's it in a nutshell. You can actually, if we go to My Tours, you can play around with creating a tour without a login whatsoever. You can come in here and drop some pins and start seeing how to create a route and play with it without so much as installing an app or giving them a credit card or anything. So that's very, very cool. I'm going to be doing a video on this. Also up here, there's a companion PC program that allows you to connect GPS devices, and there's a slew of them. I mean, obviously Garmin XT is covered. TomToms, I remember that one. I'm in, I do CarPlay with the Chiggy, so that works good as well. But you'll have to have an account, and you don't really need to install the app. Let's say, so here under more download options, you have all these options here to do a file download. So you have GPX routes, GPX tracks, Garmin format, BMW Motorrad, Triumph, KML files for Google. So a lot of export options here for the web application after you build your route. So again, a video is coming. I played with this a little bit. I want to tinker with it a bit more, but I want to be doing a video on route building. The route builder is very, very good. And then, we'll check out the navigation, get it on the bike, and see how the maps work and how the navigation goes. So there you have it, a quick intro to TourStart, CarPlay, Android Auto, and web app for very comprehensive motorcycle tour or route creation and sharing and navigation. So very cool. I'm excited about it. I like the looks of this so far. We're going to keep playing with it, but there's the intro. Thanks for watching.